One evening, Sir Topham Hatt had news for the engines.
"You're all doing good, but it is clear that you all need a little help. So, a new engine will be arriving soon."
What's the new engine's name?
The Fat Controller paused.
"Unfortunately, I could not find any steam engines, and right at this moment I could not really spend a fortune on a brand new diesel. So, I'm gonna have to give another chance to a diesel that has been here in the past."
The engines looked anxious.
What's his name?
He does not have an official name, just a number.
Oh no.
His number is 199. I will give him a trial, and if he proves himself worthy, he will stay. Spam can!
The engines all glared.
"I'm sorry about the inconvenience, but if he behaves like he did last time, I'll send him packing."
The next day, D-199 slunk through the island like a snake. The engines he passed eyed him with distrust. 199 ignored them and kept on going. He reached Knapford Harbor, where Henry and the Scottish twins all glared at him. The diesel said nothing.
"Welcome, D-199. I have decided to give you a second chance."
Thank you, sir. I really do want to be a really useful engine.
"That's good. I'll hear none of this taking over the railway nonsense."
Just then, Bear came in. He glared at 199 as well.
Oh well, if it isn't my old friend, D7101. And in a brand new livery as well.
Old reliable. You just better stay out of trouble.
And Bear fumed away.
Stupid asshole!
"What's that mouthful of dirt?"
199 growled and scuttled off, leaving the engines with very negative thoughts. He met Bear again at Croc Station, whom was not pleased to see him.
Good day to you.
What do you want, D199?
Look, I know I made a complete ass out of myself the last time I came, but I have changed my views on this railway completely. I actually don't mind steam engines if they are kind to me. Over the years, I've seen more and more steam engines get taken to the melting pot, and I just can't help but realize that it just isn't very nice for them.
Wow, that's quite something for a diesel who said steam engines spoil our image. I'll admit you've changed slightly, but you still need to prove yourself.
And with that, Bear headed off with his goods train.
Yes, I'll show you just how useful I am. Come on, driver. We need to go find some important work to do.
D-199 was eager to get working. He arrived at Tidmouth and was shaking with excitement.
Well, we do have a goods train of tankers that need to be taken to Sodor, eh?
Splendid! I'll take it right away. Come on, driver.
Diesel had a splendid time cruising along the line, and this time he didn't break down.
Spam cam, am I? No, those days are over. I am now, still D199. Gee, I wish I had a real name rather than a number. Like Balthazar, or Constantine, or Maximus, or, Ted. Yes, I like Ted.
For the rest of the day, 199 worked as hard as he could, delivering all goods ahead of his schedule. At the end of the day, the engines were very surprised with these efforts.
not bad. Quite an improvement, I must say. Right you are. Old Reliable is ready for anything. Huh. I did notice you were rushing your work. You need to be a little more patient, I think. Bah! Having no patience has no effect here. I'm just being a really useful and quick engine. Ha! If you think patience has no effect here, then you should have seen Thomas leave his coaches behind, or Peter Sam completely ditch the refreshment lady. Ta-ta! Goodbye, old Reliable. Plugged up cucumber! Hey, I heard that!
The next morning, 199 didn't have any work to do, and was getting bored. He saw Bear roll in with some more old tankers.
What are you doing?
Shunting. I'm getting this ready for my train.
Would you like me to take them? I've got nothing to do, and could use a stretch on my wheels.
Well, I guess. Alright. I could use a rest.
Oh, goody!
The diesel slunk into the siding and was coupled onto the train of tankers while Bear headed off to rest. As he was about to leave, his driver remembered something.
Blast! We forgot to fill up on fuel. Your tank's almost empty.
He went to find a fuel tank, but came back with bad news.
Well, we have a problem. The depot is out of fuel, and you don't have enough to get through to the next one. I guess we'll have to get 7101 to come back.
No! We must get this done now. Just, use the fuel in one of the tankers.
All right. Wait a minute. We don't know what's in the tankers, do we? 7101 never told us. I mean, it could be tar or milk.
It's fuel! It wouldn't be carrying in a dirty black tanker otherwise.
Guess so. Let's go drain some fuel from a tanker. I'm sure they won't mind if we take a little.
So the driver grabbed a bucket and drained the fuel into the tanker.
This doesn't really smell like fuel. Smells a lot like, well, a burp.
It's fuel! Now just hurry up so I can get it delivered.
All right. Guess it kind of does look like fuel, so it must be fuel.
And the driver hurried back and forward, dumping several buckets of fuel into 199's tank. Eventually, it was full enough to complete the journey.
All right, off we go.
Ugh, good lord, I can't move.
The diesel helplessly spluttered and coughed as James and Henry rolled in.
Yep, old Reliable fills again.
And he had. The diesel then felt very lightheaded and started having hallucinations.
Hello, D199.
Oh, mind your own. What on earth? Alright, I give up. Turn me off.
And with a cough and splutter, 199's engine busted. The Fat Controller came to see what all the commotion was.
Oh dear, what happened?
The driver quickly explained the whole ordeal. The Fat Controller's eyes widened, and then he was desperately trying not to laugh.
Well, taking liquid from a tanker when you don't even know what it is a very foolish act. That wasn't fuel in those tankers.
It was a generic tanker, so it must have been.
Generic tanker does not mean it carries fuel. Oh, sorry, but those tankers weren't carrying fuel. They were carrying beer!
James and Henry laughed so hard that they almost died. 199 went redder than James with embarrassment. The laughing continued on and on until at last everyone was under control.
It's a good thing you couldn't go anywhere. You might have been arrested for drunk driving.
All right, that's enough. Well, 199, this is what happens when you are impatient.
Yes, sir.
But I am very impressed at how you were eager to help another engine. That is something that I was definitely not expecting. You also worked very hard over the last few days, and I'm actually very proud of you.
Thank you, sir. You know, he actually does have a point. Last time you came, you did nothing but moan for a fitter and cared nothing about your train. But this time, you are a very different engine.
Exactly! You've changed quite a bit and redeemed yourself, old reliable.
Well, I did make a complete arse out of myself the last time. I thought I might wanted to change that. D199's trial was extended, and over the next few weeks, the other engines started to appreciate him. They all knew that he was a different diesel now, and became quite friendly to him. That is, except for Donald and Douglas, the Scottish twins. But that's another story.